Welcome, fight fans,
to the Fighters Boys Kick-Ass Podcast.
Your Fight Talk Authority.
Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard Ortiz.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
And his loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole Escovedo.
Streaming live and worldwide.
Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Boys
Kick-Ass Podcast.
Fresno, California, we're live here in Mad Productions Studios. We got a great show for you today. With us, our guest online, ready to unleash the beast inside of him, is Mr. Andy Reese Jr. He's going to be competing for the heavyweight championship of the world in where? The Mecca of boxing? Madison Square Garden, New York City. He's our guest, and later on the show, we got 5'9" featherweight new champion, Mr. Enoch, will be joining us here in the studio. And of course, my co-host with the most, the UFC veteran himself, Mr. Cole Escovedo, who's back from vacation, doing it up, doing it big. We're going to jump right into the show. We got some topics coming up from UFC. Are they underpaid or are they overpaid, says Dana White. The boxing, is this Reese Anthony Joshua fight going to live up to all the hype, or is it going to be a quick night for Andy Reese when he claims not once but twice but three all the bouts around his waist, and he's going to make it happen? He's going to get his opportunity this Saturday. A real Rocky story, a real fairy tale come true. The opportunity is there. He's put the work in. He's ready inside and outside of the ring. But before we even do this, man, I got to give a cheap, no, I don't want to say a cheap, and I really never go there, but you know what? Andy Reese is endorsing it. So tonight, the Fighter's Voice is going to endorse it. And after we're done, we're going to go get us a Snickers, because that seems to be the theme of the training camp for Andy Reese Jr. He's been doing this Snickers thing. He said his dad introduced it to him for kind of some energy.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see that. It's got a high sugar, high protein count.
High sugar, high protein.
It's got a lot of artificial crap in it, but
exactly.
He's a heavyweight.
He's a heavyweight.
So, but yeah, like for breakfast, like you snack on that,
man,
like a
well, you know what?
teaspoon of Nutella.
Let's ask the man himself. Andy Reese Jr., it's a pleasure to have you in studio, on the phone, live from New York City, my man. Welcome to the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast.
Hey, how's it going, brother? Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, it's always a pleasure to have you, man. Talk to us. Let's change it up a little bit. Hey, talk to us about the endurance that the Snickers candy bar gives you.
You know, it gives me a good boost, energy boost, but... I'm just excited for my fight June 1st, and we're ready to rock and roll.
My man, I was watching you on PVC when you hit that heavy bag. I mean, there's a difference when a welterweight and a middleweight hit somebody, but when a legitimate heavyweight turns his hips and rolls with everything and hits that bag wanted no part of you. How did that feel coming out the pocket?
It felt good, because it was my first time hitting the thing right there at the PBC interview, so it felt good, especially when I broke the record, and I hold the record right now to this day, so it feels really good.
How does it make you feel knowing, I know you got a big fight this Saturday. I mean, we talked about it before it happened. We talked about it while it happened, and we're talking about it now that it's reality. I mean, we're just hours away, so to speak. I mean, we're Wednesday, we got Thursday, we got the weigh-in Friday, and then you lace them up, and then you get that opportunity of a lifetime. 3 more days, my man. Talk to us about those 3 days.
Man, do you remember when we were going through the negotiations, and I was telling you too about I might get the fight and this and that, but what do you know, it ends up happening. Me praying and hoping that it was going to happen, it ended up happening. It wasn't easy, it wasn't hard, but we figured out the negotiations, and we got the fight done, man. So it's a blessing. I'm happy, and I'm going to do my best to make history.
Andy, you know what? You brought it up right now. We talked about it before it was even unleashed, and we did that where, on what show?
On the Fighter's Voice.
That's right, baby. The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And we're like you, Andy. We're simply knocking out the competition. I got my co-host with the most, Cole Escovedo, man. I know he's just been itching to ask you a question leading up to this heavyweight opportunity.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, I'll keep it quick and short. So, how do you feel having the opportunity to unify 3 belts across 3 such prestigious boxing organizations under one fight? Do you feel that that's going to be you feel like it's got any different pressure on you than having just a regular title fight? Like, all 3 of them are up for grabs. Does it even matter? Like, is it just another fight for you?
There's really no pressure. The pressure's on him. He has more to lose and I have more to gain,
Totally.
In my eyes, I won by getting this opportunity and fighting for my country and hopefully becoming the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. And, like I said, he has more to lose. I have the more to gain. So
it's a win-win no matter
I'm
what
just
for you.
excited, man.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for you. I like it.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's great. I mean, like I told you before, man. I mean, not putting any pressure, man. But right now, you're our mouthpiece. You're our spokesperson, and you're giving us hope because to know that we finally have a Mexican American with the opportunity to grab the biggest title in the world, and that's 3 titles in the world. That's the heavyweight championship of the world, man. And knowing that, being a Mexican American, giving back to your American side and also giving back to the Mexican side, and most important, giving back to the whole world the opportunity, man. I mean, right now, like I told Mikey Garcia one time, you are the American dream. How does that make you feel?
It feels good, I've been praying and all this hard work and dedication since I was 6 years old, getting to this point and to this peak of my career. It's a blessing, and I thank God for all the blessings that He gave me and all the power, So I'm just really happy, man. Excited for June 1st. Gonna do whatever it takes to get those titles and become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. And it's exciting, man. Just that we were talking about it before the fight was made. I'm just hella excited, man. Really happy. I'm just right here with my family, surrounding myself with good people, not negative people. So
Smart.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? I mean, we broke it here on the Fighter's Voice, man. And the Bible says, call things as if they're not as if they are. And we claimed it, we named it, and, we'll receive that blessing, man. I say we because we're Team Reese.
Thank you, man. That means a lot, man. It means a lot. All the raza that's going to tune in June 1st on the zone, tune in. There's going to be a lot of fireworks. There's going to be war, sweat, and tears, blood, everything. I'm here to take what's his. And, I've been dreaming about this for so long, man, until this day that's really happening. I'm just excited, man. Really excited, happy. Like I said, I thank God every time for giving me this opportunity. And all the people that are doubting, tune in. Anything is possible as long as you believe in yourself and do what's best. You could accomplish anything.
I believe that, man. I was watching some of your workouts, man. I like that little head movement, that little hip, that little stutter step, man. And a lot of people were really surprised to see a man as big as you are and be so fast and be so agile, my man. I mean, that's something that's not new to you. You've always been light on your feet.
Okay. Yeah, man. Thank you, dude. All this hard work and dedication, especially with the new trainer that I had with Manny Robles, showing me a lot of good moves, a lot of techniques. We're just ready to unleash everything,
Hey, when you get that bout, man, you got to come down to Fresno. Actually, I just had some work done at Rico's Red Wave and Tattoo May 21st. He touched up on my son's artwork that I have on my arm. And I was telling him about you. He goes, yeah, man. He said, let's bring him on down. Let's bring the camera crew. Let's do it live. Let's make it happen. Tell him whatever he wants is on the house. It's on us. Red Wave Tattoo is going to be all over you, my man.
That's good, man. From the last interview that we did, I told him that I was down too, so I'm down. If everything goes good in this fight, for sure I'll be on my way to Fresno.
Oh, absolutely. That's the plan. Hey, Enoch just walked in. Enoch, whenever you have time, man, just go ahead and have a seat and put the headphones on. We got the future heavyweight champion of the world on the line right now, Andy Reese Jr., who's going to take that ballot from Anthony Joshua. A lot of people don't think that's going to happen, but we are standing in agreement with them. We know Andy has the tools, he has the tenacity, has the will, and he's been blessed with the opportunity. And just like you brought that bout to studio today, he's going to be holding 3 bouts after the fight. I got to ask you this, man. Has on a different note, has Snickers approached you yet about some kind of a sponsorship or anything, some kind of plug, or we're just going to run it all the way out?
You know what? We're still working on that, and I know I'm pretty sure they're going to want to do it all last minute with the Snickers and all that, but I just want to focus on my fight right now.
I heard that.
That's more important than
Exactly.
the sponsorship. So, yeah, you know what? I just want to focus on my fight.
And we will focus on that. These are some of the questions that are coming from the fans, and that was like the first thing to ask them because they've been watching you, man. They've been following you. I'm telling you, man. Everything you do is almost micromanaging as a fan. And you know what? And here comes the other blessing. It doesn't hurt to get that extra zero behind that check, my man. You earned it, and you will deserve it.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all, neither. But first thing comes first, is winning the title. And,
Absolutely.
Finish business. And came with what I came here to get, and those are those belts, and becoming the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. That's on my mind. That's on the checkboard, So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's good, man. Leading up to this fight right here, has anything changed from training camp at all?
We just kind of stayed to the same game plan, Luckily, the same guy that I fought, he's tall. He moves around, but coming from a camp to going to another camp, I feel really good, feel really light. I'm just ready to rock and roll, dude. June 1st, I'm ready to shock all the haters, all the wankers that are talking shit from London, from the UK. But I'm going to do this for my Mexican raza.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. I mean, shoot. If my mom was here right now, she'd probably reach out to the picture and like bless the picture where you're at, because that's what my mom is. My mom's old school. My mom's chilling in heaven with Jesus right now, but she met Julio Cesar Chavez, from Mike Tyson to Oscar De La Hoya to Azuma Nelson to all the greats, and she goes, no, don't leave yet. Let me bless you, mijo. She even said that to Iron Mike, man. I got some pictures to back all that stuff up too.
Nice. That's a real blessing right there, brother.
Oh yeah, my man. And you know what? So you're in New York. How's New York treating you?
New York is beautiful, man. It's pretty raining out here right now, but it's beautiful. I'm loving it, and for sure I'll be coming back.
That's right, man. So have you made eye contact with him at all? I mean, you guys had your press conference. Have you guys had that stare down yet?
At the media workout, he was telling me respect this, and he was just giving me how can I say this? Props, I guess, we're at the media workout, and he was just saying hi to me and this and that, but you know what, I respect the guy, I'm a fan of the guy, but inside the ring, there's no friends, there's no fans, there's not going to be no respect at all, so I'm going to go in there and take what's his, but outside of the ring, we're friends, we could be fans, and that's how it is, it's strictly business.
Cole, what's your whole take on that? I mean, that's kind of the way respect runs around. I mean, I'm talking to Cole Escovedo, UFC veteran. I mean, from facing a champion as a challenger, I mean, it's all business inside the cage, as it would be in the ring. You agree with Andy's assessment?
Yeah, I mean, unless one guy like specifically says something about like your family maybe or something like intentionally hurtful, it's just a job. And most champions get to be that point to realize it's just a job. Like, you have your outer ring squabbles. The real mature champions, they don't do that. Why? Because it's just silly. You're not being a role model whatsoever. If you're trying to be, not everybody is. Like guys like Conor, he's like, I don't give a shit. But some guys are, and they got to remember, if you're going to be a role model, remember, that's not how you solve problems. You're teaching kids that's how you solve problems, is violence, since it's a sport. 2, what if you hurt your hand?
I'm not the type of guy that likes to talk shit,
Exactly, see? So it's a job.
Because going inside the ring is where, we're risking our lives in there, and unless you're trying to build up the fight and the hype and all that, but truly that's not me. I usually do my talking and shit talking inside the ring with my fist.
Well, it seems to have worked so far. It's gotten you a triple title fight this Saturday, which, by the way, you keep thanking God and stuff, man. You just remember, you're not wasting your talents at all. You've definitely done a lot with what you've been given. You're doing a lot. Like, you've you've accomplished a lot with the gifts you've been given. Don't ever think that you've wasted them, or don't ever think you're not doing, the talents you've been given justice, dude. You're doing them super well justice right now. You're really doing what God gave you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey man, I know you got a heavy agenda, man, but I'm gonna let my man, our guest, Enoch, ask the future heavyweight champion a question, man. Here's your chance, your opportunity. He's live in New York. I mean, and you can give him your assessment if you're a Joshua fan or what have you. And we got Andy Reese Jr. on the line. Go for it, Enoch.
How's it going, Andy?
Hey, what's up, brother? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. I'm a huge boxing fan. My grandparents, they when I was young, they always used to had me watching boxing and everything. And boxing really was the thing to made me get into MMA. But my background was just wrestling, So once MMA started coming up, I just felt like, man, boxing and wrestling, just put them two together, man, it's just a blessing. So so I take my hat off to you, champ, and just go out there and do your thing.
Thank you, man.
I'm definitely excited for this fight, for real. I really don't watch Joshua. It's like my first time hearing about you as well. So I'm just a huge blessing out there when you go out there June 1st, man. Just go out there and do your thing, and I'm excited. I'm definitely be watching.
I appreciate that, man. Much love to you and all the people hearing and all that. And you know what? June 1st, I just got to do what I got to do, man. I've been calling for this fight. And I truly believe that I could become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and that's what we're going to do.
You know what, Andy? I know you got a lot going on, and you took time out of your busy schedule. You got the biggest fight to date in your career coming up in 3 days, man. The Fighter's Voice appreciates that. We'll be rooting for you. We'll be supporting you. We'll be posting stuff left and right. We're going to keep the fans informed from here on, all the way through the weigh-ins. If any other news breaks, man, give me a call, text me. Let's continue to communicate, man. And we wish you well, man. We're going to be standing firm. What do you got to say to all the viewers and all the fans that watch and support Andy Reese Jr.?
All the fans that support me, that believe me, all the Rastas, los Mexicanos, los Güeros, all of them tune in, man. June 1st on the zone. There's going to be history in the making. A lot of people are underestimating me, but only the real people that know about boxing, they know what I could do, they know what I could prove, and they know all the abilities that I have to win this fight, and all the doubters are going to see, but just tune in, June 1st, Madison Square Garden on the zone. It's going to be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. We're going to let you go right now. I just got to ask you one important question, man. What is the hottest MMA boxing show in the world, my man?
The Fighter's Voice, baby.
You heard it. You heard it from the future heavyweight champion, Andy Reese Jr. Hey, I'll let you go, my man. I'll be emailing you the link later on. You can watch it on your leisure time, and we wish you the best. And before you go into that ring Friday, man, we're going to gather around, man. We're going to wish you well and put a prayer kit together for you, man. And sky's the limit, man. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do when we're rooting for you, my man. And most of all, your son is going to watch his dad become heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right, baby. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, especially the prayers, and much love to you and the family and all my fans that are hearing and watching on the Fighter's Voice. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Much love. Bye.
All right, you got it. Bye, my man. We'll talk to you later. Man, class act. I mean, he feels real comfortable. He feels very confident leading up to this fight to even take this interview, which tomorrow he has, I believe it's the final press conference.
Yeah, probably.
Then Friday's the weigh-in, which you don't want to hear from anybody. And then Saturday, it's lace them up.
Yeah, I was forgetting, man. It's like almost 10 o'clock at night there for him. I keep forgetting they're like 3 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, are they 3 hours ahead or behind? One of the two.
Ahead.
One of the two.
Ahead.
Okay,
yeah,
ahead.
so it's like
okay.
9:30. It's like almost 9:20 right now.
Okay, okay. But speaking of champions, my man, the last time he came here, he didn't bring no hardware with him.
I know, right?
He just came.
We have an addition to the wardrobe.
I know, but see, this isn't just your regular hardware. Look at that thing's gleaming. It's blasting.
Is that nice weight to it?
It is kind
Oh,
of.
dude, that's got some weight to
nice.
it too, man.
Yeah,
Chachi's always kicking out nice ones.
Jeremy went over budget on this one right here.
Jeremy did his thing. I just want to give a shout out to
He didn't make his car payment when he got these belts right here. You know what I mean?
Jeremy's like, don't lose it.
Yeah.
I've got a mortgage lien on it. Don't lose it.
Yeah.
Don't lose it. We need that.
He goes, hold on to it, man. They turned off my website and my cable for right now, man. But hey, you better rock that
But
belt.
hey, how's that belt look? It looks
How's
nice.
that
huh?
belt? How's that belt?
If you defend it, do they give you another one? As you put this one? You obviously put this one up for grabs.
Right. I believe so. Yeah.
Because I know they used to do that back in the day. WC used to do that. You'd bring the belt that you won, and if you lost the belt. But if you won, they like had another belt there.
There you go.
To just add to your collection.
There you go. Did you hear that, Enoch?
Yeah.
I mean, you barely just got the belt, and now see the responsibility that comes with it.
Man.
You're a target.
Like
No,
Spider-Man.
no.
They're coming at you already. You already got to put it up for grabs.
No, I already put the target on my back when I first came here. So, you know,
That's right.
Now you just get the little bling to go with the target.
yeah, it's just it's really for my wrestling team back in Kalinga, the Kalinga Roughnecks.
Yeah, I was watching some of your
They
posts,
was-
man.
yeah.
I mean, very heartwarming.
This-
Class act, brother.
This is for them. It really wasn't for me. It's just giving kids hope. A lot of kids nowadays in this world, they don't have hope. They not influenced enough. So I just feel like this part right here was just giving them like a little oomph. Like if he can do it, I can do it. That's how I look at everything. So.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
for
a good motivation to give them too.
This for the kids back in Kalinga. Shout out to Kalinga Roughnecks wrestling team. I love them guys. I love
There
them
you
kids.
go.
So now, how many fights is this now for you?
That was my fourth one.
Okay, so now you got the belt, you got 4 fights under you. How much longer are you looking before you want to start getting a paycheck?
Well, me and my coach, we have stuff lined up. So
Okay.
right now we got some.
Well, we got some stuff lined up for you, too.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just like me and my coach, man. I don't know. We just.
Have you guys had that talk? Have you said, hey, where do we go from here? Because, I mean, realistically, amateurs, the goal is to get a belt in a prestigious amateur organization, and then your goal next is to go pro. I mean, you want to make a good jump.
We just know we have something very beautiful online. That's like
That's good
something I
enough
can
for
say.
me, man.
It's
That's
just-
as long as you guys are having those conversations.
I'm excited, man. It's just like I always say, and I'm gonna say this until I die. Like my coach is a genius. He's just a mastermind with this stuff. And
Well, he's smart 'cause he
I'm
locked
very
you in.
blessed. No, I'm very blessed, man.
That's good, man.
I just can't say it enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it until I die. The dude's a genius. Shout out to Lord Watson and his family.
Yeah.
The Watson's family, the Paxson family, all of them. Like, and especially my family, the McCottrell family's back in Harvey, Illinois, out there in Chicago. I love my mom and them. Just
Well, let us know when you can announce whatever part of that master plan is, because we'd love to hear it. It sounds like your coach
Exactly.
really has a plan for you and has your best interest in mind, so that sounds good.
he does. He
Good.
does.
That sounds like always watching out. You got to remember, you get a lot of managers in the sport who their plan is just, how do we make a bunch of money? Your first concern as a manager, or even just a coach and a manager, has got to be, how do I make the most for Enoch? How do we make the most opportunities? Not just money, but how do we create the most opportunities? Because coach can only do so much for you, manager can only do so much for you. It's
Yeah.
still up to Enoch. He's still got to go out and perform. He has to go and do the interviews. He has to go and do all this stuff like that. So really, a coach and a manager's plan and job should just be, how do I create as many opportunities for Enoch as I possible? Because then it's the opportunities are just up to Enoch at that point. Be it a fight, be it, hey, we got this sponsorship. They want you to come
And working
do
close with a good promotion team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 559.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. When you work with a promotion team, that's their whole goal is also, Jeremy's got a goal in mind too, is how do I create opportunities for these guys? The best opportunities, the most opportunities. That's why you've got like 70 plus shows that he's done, because he's just all about creating opportunities.
What I did notice was the crowd, it might have shifted 60-40, but I did an announcing there, and it was 50-50. The other cat that he fought was no slouch.
No.
He
No, and
refused
you
to
would hope
give
not.
up.
Yeah,
No.
he
He
did.
would no. He if Enoch makes a mistake, the other guy's here on the show with the belt.
And
That's just the way it is.
And trust me,
But
I made some mistakes in that fight. The first round and the third round, I made some mistakes, and I can tell you the mistakes I did.
do we have
And
some content? We can pull that content up
and the-
as we talk.
In
I'll
the
let you
first
break some
round,
of that down.
I do want to give a shout out to my opponent Vince. He's no joke. He's a wrestler. I have no negative about him. He's a wrestler, so he's.
Oh, yeah, you can tell right there.
What's
Yeah,
going
hand on
on
the knee
right
and
here?
everything.
He's
What's
my
going on right
wrestling
here?
brother. Right here, I'm just sizing him up. He's a tall dude, and just getting the feel.
Kind of
like,
froze a little bit. We'll bring up another segment.
just getting the feel of him and just seeing like what he was, because he was lanky,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gotta find your range.
Yeah, and I'm looking out for the shots, So right now I'm just feeling him, seeing what he at, and doing a couple slip back, and I believe it's the first round where I got him against the cage, and
So by feeling him out, what you're doing is what he's doing is he's finding his range, because he knows the guy's going to have a shot on him. So he doesn't want to overextend. He doesn't want to commit to just one combo, because if he does and he misses, that wrestler is going to take advantage of it, just like Enoch would if that
Correct.
guy came with a flurry, duck under,
Correct.
boom, shot, you're going for a ride. So
Correct. See, so right here.
exactly. So he takes that advantage of it.
And he had the guillotine. The dude's strong. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Yeah, you got to be careful of your neck when you shoot in on the sides
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jeremy need to call USADA because he was strong. He was strong.
Yeah.
They probably need to check his blood, but no, dude's a good man. That's a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler.
He had some fan base with him too.
He
Some
did.
supporters.
I believe he was a state champion out there in Bakersfield for wrestling back in high school.
Yeah.
But
You get a lot of following for wrestlers that just if they have a good wrestling career when they go in transition into fighting, you just tend to see a large. That's why like Brock Lesnar went to MMA. You
Yeah.
get a wrestling following, so
Yeah.
it's just they've got a large following already from wrestling because that's a really highly competitive, like alpha male, alpha just personality type
Yeah.
sport. And then so you've already got a following. Usually it's because people like you. Like take Casey Olsen for example. People just loved him. Like he went into fighting, and he already had a monster fan base. He never fought. It was just because he was a really good wrestler, built a good fan base, and was just
and they
super
followed
friendly.
him and supported him.
They followed and loved him and supported him. He's a nice guy. So guys like Enoch, guys like his opponent, they're going to have big followings. So you're going to see split crowds like that when you get main events like this for
he
sure.
definitely had a big crowd. And plus, he's 3-0. Look at it. We both 3-0.
Yeah, they were both 3-0.
Somebody,
Yeah, so you got-
somebody.
And see,
Right.
and I announced, and as an announcer, I've always wanted to say that, and I dropped it on that one. They were both
Somewhat.
3-0, but I just wanted to make sure. I was real concerned with saying your name right. How many times did I go to the dressing room and ask your name?
God! Oh, he was
Cole
in the
will tell you, too.
He was just in the dressing room, like back and forth. He was nervous more than me because he didn't want
Oh
to
no,
mess my
yeah,
name up.
they kind of
So,
called you like last minute, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was sleeping, and the show started like at what time? The show started. Doors open at 5.
6.
At 6, and Jeremy called me like at 5:45.
Yeah,
I just happened to be in a tuxedo, when he called me.
So he came.
Now,
back
he
there
called
at
me
least-
early in the day.
He came back in the locker room at least like 4 times about my last name. Yeah.
I just said, man, I don't want to chop it up for you, man.
That's the perfectionist
No.
of his job in him too, right there is what that is.
No, I
It's
love it, though.
nervousness, and then the
Yeah.
perfectionist is coming out.
No,
It's,
I
Yeah,
love
I had to
it.
get it
I'm
down.
glad that he did that.
Yeah, sir,
because
thumbs up for Richie there.
A lot of people they'll get my name mixed up, my last name messed up a lot. So
yeah, that's true too. When you got a name that you get messed up, you do appreciate an announcer coming back and saying, "Hey,
Well,
is
he was
this
the
how
he
you
was
say
the
it?"
he was the main event, and he didn't.
And you don't
deserve
wanna
to-
fuck that up. Yeah, you don't wanna fuck that
no,
up.
hey. And I was filling in for Joey Perez, who is 559 fights. You
Yeah.
know, everybody knows the face behind the microphone, his energy, his everything.
He's that front run man for
and
him.
leading up to it, the first fight, I was kind of like following, and I said, you know what, I'm going to be me. So I wanted to make sure I brought
Yeah.
my style, but I wanted to say his name correctly. I don't want to mess up because there was a few errors here and there that I look back on that Jeremy pointed out, like Perez, Paez, and Musk and Mask last names. But I'll blame the light right there, man. But I gotta thank my man Jeremy, man. When I got there, I guess he put the heater on, man. He tried to sell beer when there was nobody even inside yet. So then he put the air on, and then the air started kicking on.
That Jeremy's got them tactics, man. He's like, how do you make him thirsty?
You know what?
Sell
He's
beer
like
and popcorn first.
He's like Stoneface, man. He doesn't smile or anything. There's really no reaction to him.
He's
at all.
because I think one of the things that you're going to see from people that he doesn't want to look frustrated.
Yeah.
So he doesn't allow himself to portray that emotion. So he goes
Yeah.
poker face.
Yeah,
he won't
exactly,
show when
poker
he's
face.
happy either because
Yeah.
he's so stuck in that. I'm just focused. I don't want to be an emotional reaction to anything because if he emotionally reacts to one thing, he knows he might negatively emotionally react to another. And he's so like professional. And he's been doing this so long. That he's like, just stay poker face the whole time.
And you know when he's done too, when he puts the backpack on, he's ready to bounce.
Oh yeah.
It's time to go.
Well, dude, what's funny is you got a combination of a guy with Jeremy that's like, this sounds weird, but it's like he's got like 2 lives. He's got father life that he's 100%
Oh, yes,
committed to.
yeah.
He's got,
I know that
he's
life,
got
yeah.
Jake and all his sons are signed with State and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's got 559 Jeremy. Like these are 2 separate peoples with 2 40+ hour work weeks.
I
that
just found out. Don't take small stuff personal, man. It's just part of the job, and you happen to be there.
And you know stuff's gonna happen.
You happen to be there when you get good news, and you happen to be there when you get bad news. So you just gotta. go
News
with
is
it, man.
news. Some
News
days
is
it's good,
news.
some days it's bad.
So speaking of news, man, when you went home with that bout, that family, man, what was that day like, man? I mean, the very next day saying, "Yeah, we did this, man." I mean, family coming up to you and everybody there showing you love and support and respect.
Oh my God! The next day it was crazy.
I like your tasting shirts, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you got the gear on.
Can't miss it, dude.
Air Jordans ones. Yeah, I love the ones. My
Got
favorite.
the gear on.
But the next day, we had a thing called the Derby for the town.
Okay.
And everybody comes out and everything, celebrate doing the Derby or
Yeah.
whatever. And my girlfriend and one of my close friends that I practice with, his name Francisco, his father had something lined up for me and my coach.
Oh, nice.
So at the Derby, it's like a little concert. Everybody outside. You got the Ferris wheel. You got all that other stuff out there. And they surprised us with these plaques. My coach, he received the Coach of the Year, and I received the Fighter of the Valley award.
Nice.
So
Awesome,
I wish I would have sent y'all that picture, but it was a blessing, man. It was very
Now, what you could do is bring them Jordans next time. Man. Was they 11 and a half, 12? If they're smaller, I'll cash them in. You know what I mean? I'll get my size. Shoot, I'll rock those.
Yeah, but it was a blessing. Like the town Kalinga, it's a huge blessing just for me coming from Chicago and just finding that town. You know, me coming from a big city to a small city, and just that Kalinga love is just a blessing. Like they showed me. So I'm doing this for the town back in Kalinga, and I'm doing this back home for Chicago for my brothers and sisters.
You get that in smaller like pockets outside of large cities, smaller towns. You see a more community-oriented living style stuff.
Look at Avenal, Jose Ramirez.
And don't get me wrong, you do see that kind of stuff in like L.A., New York. For you, the large cities, you'll see pockets of neighborhoods where it's like you could tell which neighborhood has like the whole 3 blocks of that neighborhood.
Oh, you got a lot of Mayberries in this world, man.
Oh yeah,
exactly. And they show love.
Mayberries, that's what you would call them. You've got pockets of Mayberries all over.
And you do. I mean, they exist. That's some real stuff right there, man. And look at the entrepreneur in Jeremy. The show's not even done yet. It's not even set yet, and he's already promoting and pushing another show. Here we got the poster made. He already had some freaking video made.
If he's not,
he was already pushing
will.
it. No, exactly.
Or somebody will take the time slot.
Success don't sleep.
Exactly.
It really doesn't.
I give a shout out to Jeremy. I know you get a lot of hard times, but like for all my opponents that he set me up with, they was dogs, you know. And
I heard you say that. My man was fired up for a little bit.
I was fired. It's a long story to that, by the way.
Okay, I'm sure there's something behind.
I don't know if y'all want to hear that, but
hey, this is the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass
When you
podcast.
say they were dogs, like you just feel like they could have been better opponents.
No. Like when I'm saying,
or they were just dangerous opponents to be starting out in your career.
They were dangerous opponents for an amateur off the rip, you know. Like my first one, he was a wrestling coach. I'm a wrestler though, but damn, you know, like a lot of people, they don't get no fighters like that. And then a second fighter, he was a Muay Thai fighter. I beat him in striking, you know. So my second fight, it was one of his guys.
Oh, you're not getting fed any tomato cans.
I'm not getting fed at all. That's why I give my shout out to Jeremy, because he put me in this position. They win this thing, just give it back to the kids back in Kalinga. So just for Jeremy, like doing me like that, hey, I appreciate that for real. Like,
you got to remember, there's a blueprint that when he looks at matchmaking, he looks at a couple things. So you got to remember, some promoters do try to fucking bone you. I can name two
also shout out to matchmaking to Antoine Hood, and also Mike Moreno.
Yeah, so you got to remember, they're looking at things like, what's this fighter style like? What's this fighter style like? If we have them fight, will that make for an exciting fight? You got to remember, that's what they're looking at too, is how do they make opportunities, but they also got to look at, okay, how do we make exciting fights? Because that's what we got to give for entertainment, exciting fights. You two together make an exciting fight. That sucks that you're both bulldogs. Okay, your next one. That sucks that you're both. So, but then look at it from this way, is that, I mean, the next guy you fight that's not ready, he's going to have a bad fucking day at work.
He is.
And look what happened on the 25th. He wasn't ready, because I believe his coaches, don't get me wrong, my opponent Saturday he's a good dude. I just think he's not around great coaches. No disrespect. Disrespect. Because he's one of my wrestlers.
Was that the difference, you think?
That's I think was what, because I know that was the difference, because if you had a right coach and you an amateur, why would you have your man cut all the way down from 155 and then try to fight me, a dog that's at 145? Like, and as amateur, you getting cut, you cutting that weight, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not smart. And I just believe he can be great if he get around some good coaches.
Could have been a first. How many fights did he have at 45 before fighting you?
That was his first one.
Okay, and so this could have been like an opportunity cut. You know what I mean? Like they might have said, hey, you have an opportunity for the belt, but it's at 45. Do you want the opportunity or don't you? Yes. So you got to take that into consideration too.
Did you feel anything get zapped as the fight went on? As far as did you feel the effect of his weight cut at all, or was it or was it just your striking at all?
In the beginning, he was strong. Don't get me wrong, he was strong.
He was. Well. You guys stuffed each other a couple times.
I'm strong as well. I have the wrestling background,
and that burns up a lot of juice.
And it you know, so I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just wish the best for Vince. He's a cool dude. You know, I just hope that he get humbled, and he get around some humbling people. You know, because he can go far in this sport.
Just needs the right direction
He
for
just
those
needs the right
talents.
direction, I believe so.
You know, I'm hearing my man talk about wrestling. Right off the gate, my man was letting them hands go. I would never think he was a wrestler from letting his hands go.
Well, you got to figure. I mean, if I looked at Enoch and I knew that his bread and butter was wrestling, and I knew his opponent's bread and butter was wrestling,
Yeah.
I'd be like, bang with the motherfucker, because his whole instinct is going to be to look for an opportunity to shoot. So if you already know that, like he did, he just didn't overextend himself. He just came at him, but didn't totally go crazy.
Yeah.
You're ready for the sprawl. Any second it comes, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Look at guys like Vanderlei Silva. Wow! And then all of a sudden he'd fucking sprawl out of nowhere. Dude didn't even shoot.
Yeah.
He would just sprawl, assuming that I've clipped you 3 times by now. You're probably shooting.
He knows one gear and one gear only.
So yeah, so I would
me
have
or I'll
told
get
Enoch
you.
strike too. I'd have been like, dude, go out and bang with him because he'll try to bang with you.
I told you at the last podcast I was like my hands was getting very lethal. The gym in Hanford, I'm so blessed.
No fear of
Hanford-
being taken down,
Yeah.
dude. That makes for dangerous strikers
Like,
sometimes.
Who's Dejana? Am I saying the right name?
Oh, Joanna, that's
I'm sorry, my bad,
That's my
man.
mom.
Yeah, she that's
up,
my
Mom?
mijo. I'm proud of him.
What up, mom?
She knows Spanish, Sean. She goes, that's my mijo. No, she goes, that's my son. I'm proud of him. She's
damn,
watching.
Mom, where
She's
you find
learning.
that from?
Joe Louis Lopez, Smoke Show. You're tuning in. I appreciate you, man.
But,
Got to get you back on the show, my man.
But Hanford Valley Fight Club, they are a blessing to the team as well. The pit out there in the slow is a blessing as well. I love them guys. You know, I respect them. I respect. That is a humbling team. Them two are a humbling, blessing team, and I'm so blessed to like find all of this. Like, I don't know. I'm just blessed, man. I cherish this. I cherish it a lot.
Well, that's good, man. Are you gonna be ready for the next one? Are you gonna take some time off? Have you talked to Jeremy yet? I know. You know, the bout's still new. I mean, you're.
We got some.
You know, taking. Okay, you're enjoying some time off too.
We have something very special.
We call dibs.
I talked to Jeremy. We talked on the phone at the I want to say Sunday.
Okay.
And there's something lined up.
Okay,
Something
good, man.
Remember, we call dibs. As soon as you have like something, you're like, okay, I know
Get
what I'm
over here.
doing. Like, call Rich,
Get
say,
over
hey,
here.
I can announce it.
Let's
I
get
got
over
him. I got him on Facebook. He got my number, so you know.
Hey, my man. Right after the fight, he was going, hey, I got to get you on the show. He was saying, I got to come back on the show. So I said, what show are we talking about? He goes, The Fighter's Voice, man.
Yeah, I love this show. Man.
I said, that's what's up, man.
I love the setup, man. I love y'all energy. It's cool. It's
opportunities,
Hey, man,
man.
we keep it real, man. And, you know, like we say, our slogan is, man, and if we don't go into a fight confident, and like when we air, we go in there confident, we're simply knocking out the competition.
Yeah, true that.
So-
And, you know, don't take it personal.
No.
It's just, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It
for
is
real.
what it is, man. Our bout, we're not letting go.
No, for sure.
So looking
So-
back on the fight, you said there was a couple of times where you had points in the fight that you know you made mistakes. Like, and I know what that feels like. You look back at fight and go, okay, I should have done this. Look right here, bang! Look, I get punched. So
I
what was one of them?
even felt it like in the first round and the third round. The first round with the guillotine, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said it again, the dude was strong. He had it
So
tight.
you felt the mistake of leaving
I
that
felt the
neck out there.
mistake.
KP, when you
felt
can,
it.
bring up that second segment I send you, because there was one part off the ropes you threw that. I mean, I'm sorry, off the ropes, off the cage. You threw that right hand. I'm used to boxing
yeah.
commentary, but no, you threw that right hand. He didn't like it.
No, he didn't.
He
had to back
respected it
up.
though.
was
Yeah, he
too-
did.
it
Yeah, he
was
did
too
back
powerful.
up. Yeah.
First round, I want to say, what round was this?
It's right at the end of the round.
I think this is the third round. This is the third round. We kind of slowed down.
I believe that flurry's right at the end of the round, and you're up against the cage, and
here
you
it
threw that
goes.
right hand.
Yeah,
So you're not really
yeah, it
planting
froze
your
right there.
feet.
Is that where it stopped, or we got it going on? Yeah, we froze, but it's still going.
Like, so he's punching. He's not really planting his feet. He's not really committing to just one spot.
Yeah.
He's still moving. He's moving. He's switching feet. He's moving. He's forcing his opponent to go, okay, is this the foot sweep to the shot? Is he switching
Yeah.
feet to shoot? Is he, then all of a sudden, bam, bam, he gets popped. He's not doing like
I
forward
wish you would
and-
have been there, Cole. That way you can kind of friendly critique it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
coming right there. It is right there. He didn't like that.
It was a
Yeah,
uppercut.
see, he starts getting
Uppercut.
pressured, and instead of retreating and going out,
See,
just
now
comes at
he's
him hard.
talking because he didn't
Yeah.
like that. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do. Yeah.
That last little
Exactly.
exchange, you landed your hands on him, and you could tell
Yeah,
he did not like your power at that point.
Yeah, I had to tell him that I was a big dog.
So when he couldn't hit you back, he had to verbally tell you back.
No, I told him, I was like, I told you I was a big dog because back in April 19th,
thank you, KP.
we did a face off, and I tried to warn him. I was like, yeah, I'm a big dog, man. You know, they've been feeding you cats. And when I hit him with a couple of them, you know, the little uppercut with the hook, and I put my hands up, I said, I'm a big dog, bro. I told you. And at the end of the fight, like when the 10 seconds rule came,
Yeah.
and I hit him with the overhand, and he backed up, and I put my hands up again. I said, hey, I told you I'm a big dog. Yeah, hey, you had a chance to pull out the card, and he got what he deserved.
So what went on after the fight? And there was a little bit of, some corners, a little bit of huffing and puffing here and there.
All right,
This is listen, this isn't a regular show. This is the show where you can let everybody know if you care to talk about. This is the platform for you, my man.
All right, y'all got to bear with me, okay?
Okay, let's bear with you. Let's bear with you.
All right. So Jeremy, he invited me out to promote the fight,
Yeah.
and he's telling me that I got this guy for you. If he wins, y'all gonna fight, and I want you to come out here to do the promotion. All right, cool. He gave me a couple front row seats out there in Visalia, April 19th. And I'm with my coach. I'm with his family, his wife, his new wife, Monica Watson, and we just chilling. And we in the
Who's the wife?
my coach's wife.
Oh, okay.
My coach's
okay.
wife.
I was saying Jeremy jumped the broom.
No,
Okay.
my coach's wife. So we in the line or whatever, about to get some food. I mean, my coach and them about to get drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. And my coach saw this guy, the guy coach, Vince Coach, I guess
Yeah.
his name, Trey Branch.
Okay.
Just mean mugging me. I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking at the screen because the fights was going on. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you see
big guy, kind of big guy,
No,
stocky guy?
The little guy.
Okay.
The little guy.
Okay.
Trey Branch, I think that's his name.
Okay, we'll get to the other guy later.
Yeah. And he was mean mugging me. I ain't seen him on my peripheral, but my coach was like, "Hey, you know this dude? You know this dude?" And I was like, "Who you talking about?" And I looked to my right. It was Trey Branch, just like mean mugging me, but he looked back away from me. So now I'm focusing. I'm like, who's the dude looking at me like this?
Yeah.
So now my peripheral is working. So he keep looking at me again. I keep looking back at him, and he's steady, like moving his head, like, So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. I know who he is because he followed me on Facebook. So we went to go sit down. We front row case sat.
Okay. He's following you on Facebook and he's mean mugging you?
Yeah. Like they all follow me on Facebook. You got Cody.
So he's a mean fan.
pretty much.
Okay,
yeah,
man.
pretty
We'll give him a
much.
name
So-
for it. Don't come after me, Trey.
So we sit front row and we got some nice seats. Shout out
Yeah.
to Jeremy for the nice seats. The cage is literally in front of us. Like, so I'm sitting here and the cage is like,
Oh, I've been in
back
them nice
where the
seats.
door- yeah, back
Yeah.
where the door is at, right?
Okay.
So the fighter, Vince, that I'm supposed to be fighting, they come, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
They come, they walk, they do their little Vaseline thing,
Yeah.
And imagine it is a big old area where you can walk. You
Yeah.
don't have to come all the way over next to me,
Yeah.
but where you have to walk.
Yeah.
This man, Cody Sons, walks all the way around in front of me while I'm sitting down talking to a veteran and his son about school and wrestling, what they need to do and everything, while I'm with my coach and while I'm with his newly wife. Mm-hmm. He comes over there, start mean mugging, doing his hammer down fist in my face. Not in my face close up, but enough to like you
Send
too
a
close.
message.
Sending a message like you're not ready. Mean mugging me. The fat guy, Cody Sons. And he's doing this. And me and my coach, we laughing. I'm like, okay, wow. Chill out.
Like, what's with all the hostility?
what's up?
What's the
you know?
problem?
Wow.
So his guy wins.
Okay.
He does it again. He walks all the way from his corner all the way back in front of us. And just me and Mug be doing this. You're not ready.
So who is
You're
that
not
guy?
ready.
A trainer or what is he?
That's his coach.
Okay.
That's his coach. So in the back of my mind, I'm with my family.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
There's a time and a place.
Where I'm from, you don't do that shit because you won't. In that opportunity, you won't be doing that shit. You probably won't even walk away.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
don't do that shit. I'm with my family. I'm with my coach. I'm with his wife, and
Yeah.
his wife was pissed. Don't
Yeah.
do that. You disrespectful.
Yeah.
I told him I got it. So I did a little face off.
I believe there's boundaries.
It's boundaries.
Even in war, you got to show some respect.
And I
kids,
apologize.
wives, and what have you,
Yeah.
females.
Yeah, I apologize to Jeremy. I called, like I said,
Yeah.
Jeremy, that's not me. I'm too humble. I have kids that look up to me on this wrestling team.
Yeah.
We go, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like tolerate. I don't tolerate that. That's why I did what I did. I did the hammer time. When I was done, I did their little signal and I cut their throat and I said, y'all through. Don't do that shit no more. Y'all gotta get humble. And that's what I gave him. I gave him a humble treatment.
That's what you did after the fight.
After the fight, I went up to Cody Sons in his face.
That's okay.
and
That's
I did
what
the
that
hammer.
was.
I did the hammer down, slit my throat.
Because I was
and
waiting
said,
for him to
"You
go
done."
rock, paper, scissors with you. You know what I mean? I was going, man, what are we doing here? There's a rematch of rock, paper, scissors? Now,
Man,
hey,
it was-
Cole, I'm watching this happen. My man has the bout. He's strapped. He's amped. Goes up to their biggest dude they have in the corner, starts going.
Yeah.
I thought the man was going rock, paper, scissors. I'm giving it a hard
Feel
time.
like a Chris Lieben.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
man,
was
something
I
like that.
You just don't do that, man. My coach,
No, you
got
you
married.
don't.
You know,
You don't.
so
I mean, I could see a fighter doing some dumb shit, but like to have someone's coach do it, would be another thing
You'd be
entirely.
surprised. I'm not going to name no coaches around here, but there's more coaches that talk more smack than the fighter, and the fighter's just chilling.
You know, I never understood that. It's
Their time is spent. Maybe they should lace up and get in the ring or get in the cage.
Yeah, because like out of all my fights, I show everybody respect, even after the fight. I go up to him, I talk to him, I say, hey, man, you gave me a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
You did this, you did that. You can come back. I'm so respectful. Even when matter of fact, Larry, he was on the show the time I was on the show with y'all.
Yeah, big
One of
heavyweight.
his
He didn't get the fight. His fighter pulled out or didn't show up.
Right.
Saw Larry and said, I left the sprinklers on at home. And never showed up.
Right,
Something to that effect. Never showed up.
And he was hot. Me and him was in the same corner. You know what I'm saying? He was hot in backstage. You know, his coach, it was like probably hard enough to like calm him down. I walked up to him, I said, hey, bro, it happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of guy I am. I'm not an asshole. I've been through too much shit to be like an asshole. I saw too many assholes, and then what? They not shit in life. You know? I'm trying to be great, and you know, just certain people, they just, I don't know, they just need to be humble. They just need to be taught. And that's when I gave Cody Sons to Trey Burke that Saturday. And they don't have a belt. And that's how it is.
Well, I mean, there it is there. There it is there, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people didn't know exactly what you meant when you said you're feeding me dogs.
Yeah,
I got it because I know what that term means.
Yeah.
But outside the second to the third to the fourth fan that says, oh, they shouldn't have stopped the fight, or Miho Juan, or those referees and judges don't know, you know what I'm saying? Those kind of voices in the crowd, so to speak. But you know, he let them know, I'm fighting nothing but tough guys here. And you said, thank you, Jeremy, because this is what you're feeding me. It's as if to say you're making me better, and this is where I want to walk. This is where I want to take my journey.
And he prepared me for real. You know, like, I don't know if he believed me or anything or not, but shit, I hope he believed me now, you know, because I'm here to stay, and I'm here to just be the best at what I do.
Trust
I love
me,
this shit.
Jeremy's mind is spinning right now. He's thinking, okay.
He wouldn't have given you the opportunity at this if he didn't
How many
believe in
people
you.
were there? Business, let's put him on another platform.
Yeah,
definitely,
Numbers are numbers, but results are results, too.
Now, that belt don't lie.
Exactly. Results are results.
They don't lie. Man, check this out, man. So what was it like just sitting back in the dressing room? Because you're the main event, but you were chilling for a while.
Yeah, I know I was chilling. And now I was co-main event my last card.
Okay.
So it was kind of like the same, something similar.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people like left out of this card. It was like only 8, so it was moving fast.
Yeah.
You know, and then like the last one, I was like the co-main event. It was like 15 fights.
Yeah.
5 grappling. I'm like, damn, this shit is taking forever. It's taking forever. But now it was started like this one was like it was ticking. So I was cool. I was calm. I felt great. I felt so humble. I made my weight. My weight was so perfect, 142, and I'm getting ready for that 35 class. So.
Oh, so you didn't even come in at 45 on this one?
No, I was 40,
okay. So you're even under.
42.8. I was feeling good. When I woke up, I was drinking water. I ate a little sandwich.
Yeah,
you know, so
you could probably make 35s. You'd have to put a little effort in, but it probably wouldn't even really hurt.
No, yeah.
You're so close as it is. You're at 42. That's nothing.
I didn't even touch a
Well,
sauna.
I mean, that's a good training camp, man. And talking about a good training camp is because you got things leading up, distractions that you push out, and that you did what you needed to do. You concentrated on what you needed to do, and you already know you're not fulfilled with this part of your journey. There's other goals that you want to achieve. And then speaking of achieve, I want to get your take. Cole's going to share some news with us from the UFC and some MMA going on, man. And I want your take as a fighter, and I want to see the way you respond.
Okay.
So we'll just do the lightning round off the top. So
Sure.
Saturday, Alex Gustafsson or Anthony Smith?
Man, I'm gonna have to go underdog.
You have to go. But see how he didn't get an answer. It was an underdog.
No, yeah.
Who's the underdog?
And that's the thing too, because man,
Because Smith's fucking dangerous, and he's coming off a loss,
that's
so
what I'm saying.
he's super hungry right
that's
now.
what I was saying, and he really want that fight with
He wants to fight DC. He wants to fight Stipe, Jones, all those guys.
No, he want to fight DC homie, Lou Rockhold.
Oh, yeah.
He's hungry.
He
for
wants
that.
to crack a
Yeah,
rock.
He's
there
hungry
you go.
for that. So I want
Luke hasn't fought in a while because of that injury.
He has, yeah. He's
And he's moving up in weight.
So I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm giving it to my homie.
We didn't lose a signal, did we? We're still good? Yeah, we're still good.
I'm giving it to my homie Anthony.
You're gonna go with Anthony?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go with Anthony, 'cause
I'm going with Gustafsson on this one.
Gustafsson.
Yeah, I think he's good enough, and I think Anthony might come in a little emotional and be a
Seasoned
little
enough. Seasoned enough is
Seasoned,
probably the word you
yeah.
want.
But I think Gustafsson taking him lightly though, because he
He
said
could be.
if I lose to to Anthony.
Wait, hold on.
hold on.
I don't mean to interrupt. My man Joey Perez is watching. Joey, Mr. 559 fights himself.
That's right.
Hey, Joey, we're with you every step of the way. We got you. We're supporting you.
Most
You let us
definitely.
know if there's anything we can do here. We got you.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Anthony would be the underdog, I think, on this one, just given the opponent.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Well, we'll see. We'll find out after Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll hit you up on Facebook or something. We'll find out who. We'll find out who won.
Got you.
But announcements, real quick. Announcements that come in. Money involved in both. Faber announced that the UFC managed to talk him into taking a fight.
Have you called that before it happened?
Yeah, I knew he was probably going to go back after he took that grappling fight, which he did lose, but that's just grappling. A lot of people were like, oh, but it's like, dude, you drop elbows in that fight goes a lot different.
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting his hands on his ankle on that one without taking a thumping.
Yeah.
So,
But you said something real key. He took that fight.
Yeah,
he took that
yeah, he
opportunity.
took that
If
opportunity.
someone who's fully retired to say, I'm good, I'll show up and as a spectator.
yeah, he wanted to.
Yeah.
I tell you right now, just taking that match alone showed me that he was trying to test the water just
Yeah.
to see what it would be like to compete. How'd he feel? What was it
Yeah.
like? If he goes in and says, I don't know, I didn't think I'd feel that way. I felt different.
Yeah.
Probably didn't take it. But he wanted to be on the Sacramento card. Now, he hasn't announced if that's which card it'll be on, which would have been, honestly, it would have been good to stick him in at least the
Yeah.
main card because you'd sell out that crowd. You sell out the arena. He doesn't even have to be co or main.
Especially
but
when his song
he announced an
drops.
opponent. I gotta look back at it and get the name of the opponent on it. But he announced the opponent. He gave us that tidbit, so he signed it. It's inked. It's who is he fighting? It's like a Randy or something like that.
It's Dillashaw.
No, he's not.
I'll be
no,
something.
no.
huh?
He's he just had the match with Nick Ryan. That's why the Nick Ryan name was stuck in my head. It's Simon. It's something Simon is. He was going to fight Kron at first. Yeah, he was going to fight Kron Gracie, but they said no. And then they wanted him to fight somebody else. It was going to be Swanson, I think, was thrown out there, and they said no. So, Shelby said no on that one. Ricky Simon. That's what he was. He's going to fight Ricky Simon. Ricky Simon wanted the fight, is what Shelby was saying. He asked for that fight. So he's going to get it. I think it's going to be a really good card to have Faber back on. A lot of people are like, oh, how come he gets to do that? Dude, if anybody
Come on,
bitches
man.
about him having a UFC fight, coming back from that to that, dude, you haven't been around the sport long enough.
No, they
he
haven't.
totally deserves any fight back for
Absolutely.
him to be on that stage. If he wants to fight again, it
That
should
card
be
hasn't
on
been
that
set
stage.
yet, right?
I don't think
is
so.
Mac Payne Griffin on that?
Um,
That'd be nice if he could also get on
Max
there.
is still trying to get on the Sacramento card.
Yeah,
I think he was
that's
trying to
what
do
we're
it.
talking about,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I don't think it's going to be those cards at all. Yeah, Jeremy. As soon as I got Jeremy's text, Ricky Simon. As soon as I got the text, I saw it. I had it like I
Okay.
beat Jeremy by like a second on that
I
one.
think Cody Garbrandt was trying to get on that card as well, but his manager told him that he need to sit out for a minute. So.
He needs to, to take a minute and make sure he's got the game plan set. But
Yeah.
I get his mode. Cody wants to get right back on that horse and just go because you lose speed and momentum. You lose
Yeah.
speed and momentum. But you also need to make sure the opponent's right. You have to win this.
There's
next
a lot
fight.
of factors there, bro. You don't just come and just do it. It's your whole career is on the line. That's what it
Yeah.
boils down to.
Yeah.
But as far as careers go, money.
Unless you're like Cerrone and keep reinventing
Yeah.
yourself, he gets better after a loss.
Dude.
He'll take one loss and come back 3 times better.
Yep. But Cerrone's on a 3-fight win streak too,
Right.
and he's got a real good chance to go after a gold belt here before he ends out his career. Like
That'd
it's
be good, my man.
it's getting there. But
They call him Father Cowboy now.
Father Cowboy,
He's been
man.
undefeated ever since his son been.
Oh,
so.
it will be in
Yeah,
Sacramento.
you know what? Somebody else brought that up today too.
yeah.
That favorite fight is looking like it will be in Sacramento.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. You got to. You
Yeah,
got to.
no,
my man.
I'm getting some side info. It looks like it will be Sacramento.
I want Max Payne Griffin on there.
Because that'd be a no. Why couldn't you?
When is that?
June something. It's soon.
What's something, man? Come
Like
on.
it's going to be up real soon. Like it's coming like near the end of June. I think like the 27th or the 26th.
I forgot the dates I gave KB. We got to head up there, man.
But it's going to be happening. Like Faber's going to be fighting.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Honestly, this is like the right time for him to do it too. The bantamweight division is so fucking lopsided right now.
Yeah.
There's no real clear champion, no
Yeah.
real title holder, no real winner. He can slide right in there. Like if you had a better opportunity to win UFC gold, which is the one thing that's just
that'd
been
be the
eluding
fairy
him.
tale story of his career.
Exactly. He literally saw that
Yeah.
scenario panning
Yeah.
out and goes,
Well,
hold on.
He's a veteran. He looked at everything.
Oh,
There's
hell
a lot.
yeah.
He
This
didn't
is
come
the
back. Okay,
best opportunity
and pull
for
a
him.
pin. I just want to fight.
And not saying that
And like Evander Holyfield in boxing, I want to fight.
Yeah.
And you got middleweights beating you. Like when James Toney moved up to heavyweight and beat him, it
It's a
was only
deterrent.
just a shell of himself.
Yeah.
He looked at the whole big picture. So
He did, and it's not like they're easy opponents. Still, this isn't like he said, "Oh, all the fucking Thanos is coming for the stones because all the elders, the ego's gone, the ancient one's gone, Odin's gone, like all these powerful
Yeah.
ones are gone."
Yeah.
It's not like he looked at it and said, "Oh, Dillashaw's on timeout, Garbrandt's not there." No, he saw an opportunity that I can come in and I have a real shot of taking on these young dangerous guys and getting a gold. Which is, why wouldn't you?
Make sure you take that shot because that opportunity.
I have a question for you. This card is coming up. You have Cowboy versus Tony Ferguson. Who you have? Cowboy.
I think he's down to bang. I think he has a really good chance to technically beat Ferguson because I think Ferguson's a really dangerous striker. But man, Cerrone's so close to like a gold belt as well. Like he's so close, he can probably smell it.
I don't know. Tony Ferguson's so weird. Like
he's unorthodox,
and he gets like I don't know, just that fight
That's
there.
a tough fight.
That's a tough fight.
I
don't know.
Tony's got a lot of pressure.
That's actually a championship fight right there.
Tony's got a lot of pressure on him. Remember, he was robbed of that title defense fight. Now he got put on the side burner. He lost a lot of money on contracts and stuff. He got boned on that whole thing. Now his next fight's not a title fight. That loses him a lot of money, but it's putting him in a position to where if he wins, he's obviously going to get a shot at either Poirier or Khabib. Whoever wins that matchup, I'd assume, is who he'll get a shot at next. But if he loses, he's fucked out of it.
Yeah.
He's not going to get another title shot any time soon. He'll have to probably win like 2 or 3 in a row again. Cerrone, on the other hand, he don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, I'm going back to the ranch after this with a Budweiser. I don't give a shit.
That's how I love his his reaction.
Dude.
Every press conference, I look at his press conference. He's just so chill, you know. Even when he fought that young guy, I think his name and that young guy was just talking shit out there in New York.
Ricky Cody or something like that. And he just like 3-hit comboed him or something and sent him in the next week.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And his composure through that interview was just like so smooth. He was like, he's not with that shit talking. I'm finna
Dude, have you ever watched his story about how he almost drowned scuba diving?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. He had
dude,
like a whole
dude, you got to listen. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He tells the whole story. Dude, I don't even want to give away. If you haven't watched it, just check out that particular podcast. It's just such a good, detailed story that like you feel like you're there. Like I listened to him and I was just like, oh man, that was intense. Like I've been through some stuff, and that was a literal you're gonna die or you're not scenario for a person. And just the way he handled it and how he like forced himself through it was just a tribute to the way he is.
He's a fighter for real.
Exactly.
He's a fighter. That's a fighter of mine.
He'll either die or win. That's it.
I can't lie to you. When I almost got choked in the first round, I was like, oh shit, this shit is tight. I got to reposition.
Yeah, you feel like there's a chance you can lose.
You were quiet for about 4 seconds.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck, I'm finna die. I'd rather die. Just fuck it.
You realize the end could be vibe. Yeah.
And it was just a slick second. I saw Cody's son's face. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I saw Cody's son's face and he was doing this. And I'm like, oh no, fuck no, I ain't typing out. No.
I was a I can't do it now.
I saw Cody's sons do this. I was like, nah, fuck that. No, you gotta choke me out.
Not giving him the satisfaction.
Nah, so I just repositioned, put my shoulders through his throat, and I just did my thing. I just got out of there.
All right, well, I'm going to go with Cerrone on this one.
Cerrone.
Like I got just because he's so dangerous and doesn't have any pressure on him.
Yeah.
If he loses, he could retire tomorrow after the fight. He could retire the day after the fight and be cool with it.
Be good, yeah.
And move on to whatever the fuck Donald Cerrone does on his ranch.
Yeah, like knife ranch.
Yeah, dude,
nice
throwing axes and whatever, man. But that dude is living life. I'm telling you.
He have a couple of dorms rooms for
yeah,
like
he
fighters.
built he calls it the farm, I think. I can't remember. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, Don, but he calls it the farm, I think. It's on his ranch property.
Yeah.
It's a full-blown training facility. Like, you could house people there, and I think that's his plan, is to, like, house fighters, old school Lion's Den style.
He got goats, pigs.
Did you say Lion's Den?
Yeah, old school Lion's Den. Yeah, old school Lion's Den style.
Yeah, Bob Shamrock, Ken Shamrock,
yeah,
Frank
when they
Shamrock,
first started, they would house fighters.
Yeah, that was at Shamrock Home. That was Bob Shamrock had that. That was actually
it was like a foster home.
It was in
first
Loxford. It says Lodi, but it was actually in Loxford.
Yeah.
No, it was. Or no, they said Loxford. It was actually in Lodi. One of the two.
I think it was Lodi.
One of the two.
But yeah, so I'll pick Gustafsson, and I'm going with Cerrone on that one.
I got Anthony, and I got I'm gonna rock with
Ferguson.
I'm gonna rock with Cowboy because what he did to Al LaQuinta, I never saw nobody do that to Al.
And that's what I'm saying.
Not even Khabib.
It's like every time he gets into a position to where he either is going to lose or win, he wins, but then he just surprisingly wins. You're like, holy shit, I didn't know he was going to do that.
Because what he did to Al, I didn't even see Khabib do that to Al.
Well, look what he did to Story. Bam, 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 boom, done. And that kid's a brick.
Oh my God, that combination.
Yeah, dude.
From the jab
like
to the
watching
body
Dragon Ball Z
to the and then the kick.
Yeah, dude, done. And that's what I'm saying is once he sees that opening, he like calculated. It was like watching Cerrone fight sometimes, like watching that scene in Civil War between Iron Man and Captain America. He's getting his ass kicked. He analyzes it and goes, all right, let's kick his ass. And then once Cerrone sees that, he's like, boom, boom, okay. Bam, 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 and he just lights you up.
And he has that scheduled, that agenda right after the fight. He doesn't even take his gloves off. He'll walk around the strip with his gloves on, holding a 12-pack of beer. He keeps it real, man. I mean, he really does, man.
But he did have a kid recently.
Yeah.
So he's...
Okay, now he's holding a six-pack then.
Well, but it tells me that if I know anything about a guy like Cerrone, or if I understand the type of personality of a guy like Cerrone...
He's fighting for a different meaning now.
Different meaning, but he's seen the end... Yeah. Not of like things. He's just seeing the end of where it's time to move on to a different part of his life. Like he'll probably still do training. He'll probably still do teaching, coaching.
And we're talking about outside of the cage, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he knows his life is so far surpassed what the UFC is, and that
he
it's just
still
a
has
part
a lot
of his
to
life.
offer the sport.
Exactly.
You know, whether it's coaching, announcing, or just being around.
Representative,
can you imagine if he walks into a gym?
Oh,
how everybody just picks it up and just starts going at it. I mean, that extra boost.
But yeah, so go with that, and then we'll leave you on a really high note as far as get the wins for the little guys. Yoel Romero gets awarded.
Oh my gosh, dude! I wanted to slam dunk that one. I know,
and
I knew you'd come with that one.
$27 million.
He
went after everybody.
I was talking to Mark Davis today. I said, the man never, photographer Mark Davis. What's up, Mark behind camera?
He don't have to fight again.
No, exactly. That's what I said. He don't have to fight again, and he's freaking chiseled. Yeah, 42 years old, ripped.
Yeah. Now, okay, I'm going to throw a conspiracy out there just real quick, just for something for you guys to chew on.
Now, Chael Sonnen is going to try to sell us.
He sued the supplement company for saying that they said what was in there wasn't in there, and they assured him it wasn't in there, and then he popped for it, right?
Yeah.
What if they knew and he knew, and they just said, we're going to tell you it's not in there, and then if you pop, you just sue us, and then we'll pay you.
Insurance.
And then, like they knew there was a chance
why'd
that
you
he
have to
could
go there now, man?
Because
they're going to see the FBI's going to take this part of the portion. FBI's going to take this part of the portion of the fighter's voice and put it on hold for a while because Coach Escovedo is saying that they're all behind it.
How do you give a guy something you know he shouldn't have with him being able to claim plausible deniability? It's like
how do you pay that big of a lawsuit, bro?
All the different things he sued for, they all won on him. Yeah. They were all millions of damages, compensation, loss of a year suspension, all that kind of stuff. So
see, now Dana's returning his calls.
I'm just saying, right? Dude, there's shadiness in the air there. It's a scenario that you could create.
There is shadiness.
The we knew they knew thing. How do we do it without getting caught? Well, you just say I didn't know, and then if they do catch me, we'll just sue, and we'll end up having insurance money coverage on it anyway, and we'll be fine. Okay. I'm just saying.
No, it could happen, and you've been right before.
I mean, the dude's giant. Not to say he's not on anything.
You've been 3 out of 5 lately, and those 3 have been major, so I give it that. I give it that. Maybe 4 out of 5. Listen, before we wrap it up right here, I do want to talk about, and I do want to break it down, and I'll get your expertise as much as possible, your feedback. We're talking about Anthony Joshua, an undefeated mammoth of a man who is in his prime. Speed, agility, reminds me of a Evander Holyfield / Cassius Clay, just the way he moves. And I'm not offending anybody. When Muhammad Ali was younger, he was just really on his toes.
Really bouncy.
One thing that's suspect, and we'll find out if Andy's able to touch him. And to me, his chin is suspect. It hasn't really been proven to go wars and wars, although he did get up from the canvas against Klitschko.
In Russia?
And yes, and he showed some tenacity and some heart and just landed an uppercut from hell that just put him out.
Tall guys tend to have their chin tested less because they're harder to reach with full power. They end up being on the tall end of something. So
and
Andy can get inside.
He knows that. He has a record high of knockouts that come within the first 5 rounds. So if Andy can get by those first 5 rounds, it's gonna be interesting.
Numbers increase.
Yes, it's gonna be interesting when 2 heavyweights exchange punches. And in the heavyweight division, it really doesn't take a lot to land flush, and you're gonna find out who wants it more. And
you're dealing with the same square real estate, but your power of hit is so higher.
Actually, I mean, and Andy, don't come looking for me. Andy has like James Toney in boxing has a small head.
Yeah,
so does Mayweather, has a small head. So. And he has great hand speed for a heavyweight and very, very agile for a big man.
Very.
Well, when I see him, he's not your Mike Weaver. He's not your Evander Holyfield. He's not your Lou Ferrigno chiseled. But he has hands that'll kill, and he got hands and speed that got him this opportunity. So I'm going to go out on a limb. And I already know I can hear the fan base, well, you're pulling for him because of this and this and this. Maybe. But I haven't had Joshua on the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio show. I met Andy Vincent when he was signed with Top Rank Boxing. He was undefeated. He was with a different manager, a different agent, a different everybody. The man has not changed. He was the same yesterday as he is today. And in doing that, he has his feet on the ground. I never met Joshua. I hear that he's a very nice guy. And he's right about one thing. The pressure's on Joshua. There's no pressure whatsoever on Andy Reese. And I'm going to take Andy Reese on this. And I'm not going to take it by decision. I'm going to take Andy Reese by knockout.
Yeah, and I would be inclined to agree for some of the same reasons, just because he has nothing to lose. He can go for broke and go really cautious.
You said it. He can go for broke.
Yeah, he can go for broke and not lose anything.
It's no secret. He is getting his biggest payday in his whole career.
The biggest opportunity as well, too. And if he just goes for broke and makes good on it,
and there's a lot of factors. We're not going to London. We're not going to England. We're not heading over there. It's in the Mecca of boxing, New York City.
Madison Square.
Yeah, so Madison Square. And so that's my take, man. Care to touch elaborate any closing comments with that? Because we're about to close it down.
So I don't even know.
Oh, it's going to be on the zone, man. It's going to be on the zone. No, and I appreciate
I'm gonna check it out.
And you know what? And these are the answers I appreciate, as opposed to, well, let me tell you there. Let me break it down. And so, come on, bro. Hey, keep it real. And if I don't know, I don't know. We can find out together. And
I'd like to see the numbers of DAZN versus ESPN Plus this weekend. Like, I would like to see where your fan base really ends up.
We're going to find out. I mean, we're definitely going to find out. But because of the magnitude, we're talking about the heavyweight championship of the world. That's always going to excel, just like any Canelo fight. I mean, Canelo can fight anybody, and it's going to excel. I mean, it's just the way it is right now. I mean, you got Conor McGregor fighting somebody, and you got a big boxing match. I want to see Canelo and Conor McGregor go at it as far as numbers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know where I'm sliding, and I'd have to say MMA gets that one.
On that one, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If a Connor's fighting,
yeah, absolutely.
At least back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, now, man, Conor still got it, man. I like Cerrone and Conor. Now, if Conor touches him, it's a wrap. That's a whole different conversation.
Connor's got nothing but ink on his fingers from finger.
Well, yeah, that too. But he got those knuckles that'll make you think about it.
He does.
He does, man. Any closing segments, my man?
No, that's it. I just want to say, Enoch, thanks for coming and bringing your belt, man. Thanks for giving us your time. We wish you the best.
You know dang well we're getting a picture with that big 5-9 belt.
Call dibs, man. Just remember, dibs. When you and your coach decide you're going to announce it, we get dibs.
Just know I love the fighter's voice, man. Especially thumbs up and everything.
I appreciate that.
I love it. I love it a lot. I love this setup. It's amazing. So I like what you're doing.
Oh, man. My pleasure, man. It's our pleasure. Real quick, I dedicate the whole show and every word that comes out of my mouth for my son. So in doing so, because of my son, going to heaven, everybody has a platform, and they deserve my very best. Every single show has to bring my best, man. And you have the platform for you, the people, the viewers, and it's open, man. You got a story? Anybody got a story, man? Hit me up. I got a long list too, but you guys got to give me a story, some kind of content. I can't just bring you on so you show off your fight shirt or something. Don't get offended by that. But I appreciate you saying those kind words, man.
That's why I said it. Like through the text, I give you the thumbs up. You know
I know you did. I saw that.
I respect what you do.
Oh, thank you.
I respect everything you do for your son. Thumbs up all the way for me.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. No problem.
I do, man. You're gonna make me turn into Jeremy Luchau right now. Start shedding tears, man.
But it's okay if I give my girlfriend a shout out.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say it's your time. Thank your sponsors and show your loved ones, man.
Baby, I love you. I appreciate everything you did for me through this fighting camp. Making sure that I eat good, sleep good, rehabbing. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't even won this belt and show it off and everything. And shout out to Humble Muscle, my sponsor, my only sponsor. It's a blessing just to have just great people around me. And I just want to give a shout out to the city Kalinga, my back home Chicago. I love y'all so much. My brothers
Windy
and sisters,
City.
I love y'all as well. And I'm blessed. I'm just blessed.
Man, I thought for sure. I go, is my man gonna propose right now to his girl on the air right now? Hey, only on the fighter's voice, man. It started sounding like that for a while. I know my man's gonna hit a knee.
That'd be one way to go about it. I guess.
We'll have KP bring the camera back here and get it. That'd be nice.
I don't know how to say that. I don't know if I do it over there. That's risky.
He started heading there a little bit.
Yeah, man. I could see. I was like, for a second, I was like, is he?
Is
no, he's not going to do it online. Is he about to?
Do it online.
Then he reaches out for the water, and I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, dang. He is. My gosh. No. Only on the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass podcast. What you got for us, Cole?
That's it, man. Just still grinding. That's all we can do is still grinding for the next events.
Hey, guys, make sure you subscribe. www.youtube.com The Fighter's Voice. It's because of you. You guys make that choice, The Fighter's Voice, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's right there for you guys.
the button.
Grasp it, click the button, press like, subscribe, and we can bring you all the viewership, all the likes you want. And if you got a story to tell, man, hey, send it to us. Questions, comments, or even if you don't agree with us, I'm sure a lot of people don't. Let us know, man. It's okay, man. We got nothing but love for you. This is the platform for the people. Like I called Jose Ramirez the people's champion. This show right here belongs to the people. It is the people's champion. As always, I dedicate every show to my son in heaven. Te quiero mucho, mijo. Richie, I love you with all my heart. Thumbs up for Richie, and it's a wrap.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week.
Remember.
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.